All right. Hey, brothers and sisters. Um, this is the most quiet that I have had in a few days for sure. I wanted to make a video today or this evening, just talking about where we are at as of this week. I mean, we had a pretty significant wind storm up here this past week, and we lost power, and we were out of power for I guess it was probably about 12:30 in the afternoon until 4 a.m. And there's been people that are still out of power around here. So I just wanted to share a little bit about what we went through and what we saw. For those of you who are in this area in the Lower Mainland, in British Columbia, you guys know about White Rock and the pier there that goes out into the ocean. And for those folks out there who may not be familiar with this area, I recommend you just kind of type into Google or anything, any search engine, just about the White Rock Pier, and take a look at the footage from that. That pier has been around for forever. Big, sturdy pier, and the winds were so significant that the waves took a section of that right out. So ended up there was a man who was stranded on the other side, and Coast Guard had to fly in and rescue him. But it was a pretty significant storm, and my family and I were without power, and we were kind of thinking about how we were gonna or what we were gonna do for dinner. You don't want to open up your refrigerator in fears that you don't know how long you're going to be without power. You don't want your food to spoil. So we ended up venturing out and trying to find some food. But I'm telling you, it was like the end times. I mean, I'm telling you, there were ambulances and fire trucks and police cars ripping around, sirens everywhere, power's out everywhere. People were just acting insane, and it was an uncomfortable few hours for sure. And it just, all of these things kept happening, and you just, I was looking and I was like, man, oh man, this really does seem like the end times, the end of days, right? I mean, it's scary to think about how many folks out there are just not prepared. And I don't mean, stocking your shelves with food and weapons and whatever to survive. I mean, like, spiritually, are you guys ready to meet Jesus? Because you just get a little glimpse of that when you experience times like these. And you know what? Watching the news, I mean, how depressing is it? I mean, I saw footage last night or this morning about that tsunami that took place in Indonesia. And it's just remarkable. The footage that you're seeing today, I mean, we've never seen anything like this. I mean, it's just one thing after the other, and so much going on in the world. And there's two ways you can look at it. You can be depressed and anxious and frustrated and angry, or you can look up and realize that your redemption is drawing nigh. I'm telling you, there is just a spirit of darkness that is just completely gripping this world, and I feel it. I have been through a lot. It has been a significant spiritual attack, and I know my family has felt it. I mean, there's nothing new with that. We always go through things like this, especially when you're serving the Lord and sharing the gospel. I mean, you're gonna be confronted with spiritual attacks. But I've just noticed, like, I'm talking to brothers and sisters out there, and it is dark, and everybody is going through something. So just remember, you're not alone out there. The Lord Jesus Christ came and he died for you. He died for all of us. And my biggest prayer in life is to see people get saved and to go to heaven one day where we can worship the King together. So keep looking up, guys. I had really hoped to make a couple other videos during my time off, and it has just, quite frankly, it's been insane. There's so much going on, and we're so busy, and it seems like there is no rest. But one day we'll be resting, and it'll be a glorious time in heaven. So it's not all doom and gloom. I want you guys to look up and realize that there's something much greater to look forward to than this dark and gloomy and evil and wicked world that we're in. And I guess the very last thing I'd like to say is, all of these crazy times that we have, all of the insane news stories, the war on Christmas, the oppression, the earthquakes, the famines, the diseases, the volcanoes, the tsunamis, the murdering, the civil and unrest, social unrest that's around the world. It's a perfect time for the gospel to be preached and for lives to be changed and hope to be found. So with that, guys, I love you. I'm hoping to put something up for Christmas time, at least New Year's. But if you don't hear from me for a week or two, everything is good, and we're looking up. And my little buddy back here is as tired as Dad is. So God bless you.